Hey guys, thanks for tuning in for another edition of the Detour podcast. And it's a big one because the Giro d'Italia is underway, or just about to be underway for 2022. And we've mixed the times up. Normally we go at 6:30 p.m. Melbourne Eastern, Australian Eastern Standard Time, but we're going to go a bit earlier, 7 to 7:30 in the morning. So you get a full day of the review preview rather than sort of burning it around dinner time. I'm your host, Dan Jones, joined as always by four-time national road champion John Trevorrow, who's chewing at the bit because he's finally at a bike race and he's coming to us live from Hungary. Iffy, how's the vibe?
Well, you're dead right. It's finally at a bike race overseas, the first time internationally for 2.5 years. So it's very exciting. And I'll tell you, it's my first time to Hungary and to the wonderful city of Budapest, as they pronounce it over here. And it was actually the beautiful Danube. And one side of the river was Buda and the other side of the river was Pest, and they combined them, and there it is. That's Pest, and that's Buda, and now it's Budapest. So there you go. Amazing. And they do cruises all the way from Amsterdam, you can go all the way to Budapest. But yeah, the city's really welcomed the tour in open arms. The presentation last night was fantastic, really, really special. And the people are out and about. There's some great shots there. For those who are not listening to the podcast, but are actually watching, Simon Yates, one of the big favourites for the race. It was special. A wonderful day today. A beautiful day. They're talking some bad weather coming. Tomorrow is going to be pretty good for the stage, 195 kilometre stage tomorrow. But the time trial on Tuesday, so it's a bit. On day two, on Saturday. Only a short time trial, but expecting rain. So that could really throw a spanner in the works for a lot of people. But let's hope not. We'll see.
Well, you have been getting a few interviews on the ground. We'll kick things off. You had a chat with Gene Bates and Matt White earlier today, so let's take
Not long ago, actually, just after dinner. You'll be able to tell. And we had some little challenges with the sound equipment, but we got it worked out in the end. My mate Vaz is doing a fantastic job. Not only is he working for us on the podcast, but he's doing stuff for SBS. So we're going to be doing live stuff for SBS for the start tomorrow as well. So, of course, you guys, it's Friday morning, but it's Thursday night here. It's 11:05 at night. So
and you're in the bubble as well. Like, it's all different now. Like, gone are the days where you can just roam, go in the bus, go see other riders from other teams. It's a lot more controlled.
It is, but the one thing about being in the bubble, like today was our last day outside the bubble, so we've done a full testing, did a proper, like a rat test and a full-on test with the doctor today, and then as of tomorrow morning, we're actually in the bubble. So we then will drive our car to the start behind the bus. We'll stay in that area. We will be able to grab some riders in that team area, but we won't be going into the normal media scrum that would be at the start and finish. So we're staying as part of the team, which is different, but it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, well, let's have a look at the interview with Whitey and Gene just after dinner.
Okay, well, here we are in Budapest, and it's the evening before the start of the Giro d'Italia, and on the banks of the beautiful Danube. And with me, I have the two guys who will be making the decisions on the road for Team BikeExchange Jayco. Head DS, Matty White, what's the plans for tomorrow, mate?
As it will be for the next couple of days while we're here in Hungary, to stay out of trouble. We've got, should be 2 uncomplicated sprint stages and a time trial in the middle. Tomorrow is a very flat day, but 5k climb to the finish, and I think it'll be borderline for the sprinters to win. It's a very gradual climb to the line. And I think the sprinters will be there, just what state they're in after the 5k climbing to win the stage. Is it possible or not? I think guys like Caleb will be there for sure. But can they match the power of Van der Poel in that last kilometre? We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure Alpes and Phoenix will be really putting the hammer down right
Yeah,
on the bottom
definitely.
of that. Now, in the other car that was probably around, definitely team car 1 and car 2, is Gene Bates. So, what's your role tomorrow, Gene?
Well, tomorrow I'll be driving Whitey, and we'll see how the stage plays out. Like Whitey said though, we're here just to get through the stage, not lose time, and make sure Simon gets through safely.
Yeah. So, who's your pick for tomorrow?
I think it's hard to go past Vanderpoel. I think it depends how they ride their final climb. Could be Caleb if somebody doesn't take it up from the very bottom there, and maybe an outsider Ulissi from UAE.
Yeah. So there could be a challenge tomorrow at kilometre 130, because that's when I'm handing out the bottles with mate Vazzy, and I think Jerry might be the boss might be handing out some bottles as well tomorrow. Do you reckon we can handle it?
I think you're more than capable of handing out a couple of bottles there. I've got complete faith in you.
I'm looking forward to a great day, and I'm looking forward to early tomorrow morning. Might have to get some vision of that, because one of the guys travelling with us, Marino Angelini, who's over here, is a friend of Jerry's. He's actually going for a swim in the Danube at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So that's true, Marino?
Well, it's true, because I'm not able to cycle, so I thought I'd go for a swim and enjoy the river and the company of all the boys, and looking forward to seeing the boys pick up a pink jersey along the way.
Sounds like a plan. So, yeah, looking forward to stage 1 tomorrow.
97.
Yeah, very close too. Very close too.
Yeah.
Plus a long neutral, so it's more than 200k tomorrow.
Yeah. Be there, be square.
Be there or be square. I'll cut you off at the end. That's good insights there from White and G. They always seem pretty relaxed, but when you're going for GC, it is obviously a different kettle of fish, because I remember the early days of Green Edge when, you just target stages. So if you didn't have a stage that went right, it's fine. But when you're on GC every single day, you there's no point to switch off. So there's always this sort of anticipation, but they'd sort of be at the point now, because there has been a big build-up with Simon. There's been a lot of video content, a lot of talk about, this is the one, this is the race that he really wants to win, because it could be the last time he rides the Giro for a while, given that, he probably want to go for the Tour de France over the next or further years down the track.
Yes, he's been a quest. Oh, look, some in the background. But Vazzy's turned his phone on the background.
Gave him one job, and that was to keep his mouth shut in the background. You're in a
He's
tiny
hiding behind me down below. Anyway, yeah. Look, it's been a quest for him, the Giro, as we know. So it's 3 years ago when he just dominated the race, when Chris Freeman ended up winning, and he was the best bike rider in the race until 2 days to go. And then 2 years ago, got COVID when he had the form of his life, and the whole team ended up out with COVID. Last year, didn't have the form of his life, but still rode himself into the Tour and finished third, got on the podium, finished third. So he was pretty happy with that. And he said he just wants to get on the podium this year. But I know that's not going to be good enough for him. He wants to be on the top of the podium when we get to the finale in 3 weeks' time. And I believe he can. I think him and Carapaz are the two red-hot favourites. The only chink for Simon is in the last race, race in Spain, where he won 2 stages but had a bad day. They're quite comfortable with what happened there, but that's probably the only question mark that comes in for Simon. But I believe he can win this Giro, so it's going to be a wonderful race for Team BikeExchange Jayco. I do. They've brought a team here just to support him. They haven't got, Dylan Groenewegen or Matthews. The tomorrow stage would have been great for Matthews. He would have been a real big chance in that. But they've come here with the sole job is to win this. So it's a GC race to win this Giro d'Italia. So it's going to be great. A good team. They've got a solid team. Putting him, we've got. We've got a list of them here. Lucas Hamilton, who's getting back into good form, a very good climber, of course, and Damien Howson, who's also going well. So they'll be sort of the main help in the climbs.
Well, he won the Tour of Hungary last year, so it's on his home track.
Exactly. And then Heppy, of course, riding, I think it's his 7th Giro, Michael Hepburn, Chris Jules Jensen, Callum Scottson, Lawson Craddock, young American who's a really good bike rider, and a young Italian who I've just got to really talk with over the last couple of days, Matteo Sobrero, and he's become very popular with us because his family owns a beautiful winery in Tuscany, and he's brought along a lot of the family wine. So we've adopted him, and we drank a little bit of it tonight.
He knows very, very
good. Yes, and he and Jerry had a great conversation talking about the wineries tonight. So he's the 4th generation of the family of this winery. So
I've got a content challenge for you, the Giro this year. Now, one of the best things about the Giro was always the food. It didn't matter where you stayed, it was always great. Get Vazzy every night. I want a 30-second food review. And you've got to give us insights, John. You're on the ground. I want insights about local cuisine, where it comes from. Give us a bit of flavour of the race.
We're going to wait till we get to Italy, or we're going to do it from Hungary as well?
We'll do it from Hungary, mate.
Okay.
Let's go. I want to see, what the full experience is like. Obviously, from an Aussie perspective, Richie Port is going to be helping, obviously, Carapaz with the Ineos. Troy Collett just had a question comment. He says, Cam Worth was on standby for Ineos, but once he wasn't needed, he flew to Utah for Ironman World Championships. But obviously, this should be a special race for Richie, given his connection to the Giro. I think it was it 2010? Was it his first edition? Had the jersey for 3 or 4 days.
He got a couple of days in the pink and finished top 10, and but hasn't raced it hardly at all since then, because it's been the Tour de France has been his objective, of course. Look, Richie has got good form. It's his last year. He's definitely here for Carapaz. But I can tell you what, if things change, Carapaz, something happens, misses a split or whatever, and Richie becomes the man, wow, how good would that be? He's still capable of doing it. So we know that. So we definitely will be having a chat with Richie over the next couple of days. He sent me a text yesterday when he heard that I was up on the race. He was saying, "Oh no, don't tell me you're going to be annoying me," or something, words to that effect. I said, "Yes, mate." Big smiley face, of course. And good to watch Caleb. Hopefully Eddie Merckx doesn't get stuck into him when he leaves after winning a couple of
but even if he does, Caleb will just call him and tell him to get stuffed.
He did last time. Straightened him out. I saw Caleb fleetingly just before at the team presentation, but didn't get a chance to. We did the thumbs up thing, but I didn't get a chance to really have a yap. But I will over the next couple of days. So he's a chance tomorrow or today for you guys this evening. Most of the experts think it's a fraction too hard. Whitey drove over it yesterday and he said, he just thinks it's going to be too hard for the sprinters. He said they'll still be there, but he reckons the edge will just be taken off them. So,
All right, well, we're going to have a quick drinks break. Got a couple of new, not new, but returning partners for the Giro. We'll be back with more. And if he also caught up with Jai Hindley, so stay tuned for that.
Look at this bike. You think it's just a bike, right? But it's not. It's a bike 374 people are looking at. This guy, this girl, them, all looking at it. People from here, there, and wherever this is. People that are looking for a bike. Or just a piece of it. Amateurs, semi-amateurs, and pro-amateurs. This guy wants this bike, but with this crank and these bars. This could be the perfect match. But not this one. This girl has a bike to sell, and thousands of people might purchase it. Eyes on Bikes help grow small businesses. His, hers, yours. and the latest data and insights help those businesses keep moving. We are the world's #1 bike marketplace with over 500,000 products and 900 brands, where buyers and sellers are brought together in a place where a bike is never just a bike. Bike Exchange, where the world buys, sells, learns, and rides.
Feel more in every moment. The all-new Lexus NX.
Fun fact, you can make cycling part of your next Let's Go adventure. With a bike, you can enjoy and explore even more places. So feel the wind in your hair, book a bike, enjoy the outdoors and see more with a Let's Go motorhome today.
Thanks again to Bike Exchange, Lexus of Blackburn, and Let's Go Motorhomes. If you want to check out more for Lexus of Blackburn, go to their website, lexusofblackburn.com.au, and same with Let's Go Motorhomes. That's letsgomotorhomes.com.au. We've got a couple of images. If you've got to get them updated, but obviously big supporter of the Bay Cycling Classic. Lexus of Blackburn.
Well, exactly. So that's the only thing with that little ad you ran, which is great for the people watching. It's the Lexus ad, but our sponsor is the Lexus of Blackburn, and they are an absolutely fantastic family company. Andrew and Sarah. Andrew's a dealer principal out there, and they love cycling. They've been sponsoring the Bay Crits now for 3 years. They've sponsored the Women's Herald Sun Tour, Melbourne and Warrnambool. You know, so if you're seriously looking at a car and you're in the Victoria, give Lexus of Blackburn an opportunity, because they do the best deals, a fantastic service, and I'm going to tell you, those new electric Lexuses are amazing. That lead car we had at the Bay Crits this year, the Lexus of Blackburn Bay Crits, powered by PSC Insurance, we better give the full title, was amazing. It was just, I had a driver. I just loved it. Yeah.
All right, now, Guy Aussie, Jai Hindley finished second at the Giro in 2020. You had a chance to catch up with him before the team presentation. Here's the grab.
So we've got Jai Hindley here. So you've just come back from being a bit crook, as you said, with in Laos. You couldn't start. How's the form now, mate?
Yeah, back healthy again, so that's nice. And here in Hungary, and the weather's good, so can't complain. But yeah, not sure how the form's going to be, but hopefully good. It was good before I was sick, so yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Now, I could just see a media lady, as you're doing that interview, looking really pissed off. I mean, I would have liked a bit more in-depth back and forth.
Well,
but,
exactly. She actually pushed my arm away. You are not supposed to be interviewing here. They were just about to get up on the stage. So, and Kayla was there as well. I was going to grab Kayla, but no, she wouldn't let me do any of that. So
experience, John. Never interview pre-stage. Always go to an aero post-stage, because then their commitments aren't as strict. Because pre-stage podium, where they've got to get up and do the prezos, they're always moving them along.
It wasn't a stage, mate. It was a team presentation. It wasn't a stage.
Stage where they've got to roll it right up.
You take the opportunities when they pop up, mate. He came up to me. Joe spotted me. He said, "Hey, if you go, mate."
So what you got to do is, like, I need to give you like a dossier of the best spots and where to get them. You know, this is years of experience. You got to go after the stage, because that's where there'd be like a mix zone or whatever. Just get into there, can't you?
Bubble, mate. I'm in the bubble. I couldn't even stay. I was there to watch Team Bike Exchange get up the thing, and just in between, Jai come over. So I grabbed the opportunity. We got him, didn't we? We wouldn't have got anything. So
yeah. All right. And you're going to be getting grabs with some of the Bike Exchange Jayco riders each day as well, yeah?
Yeah. So every morning when we're doing a a little feed for SBS. So we're talking to Whitey and Gene Bates or Dave McParlin and get the tactics for the day. Tomorrow morning we'll be talking to Simon Yates as well. Get his thoughts on the week ahead. I know what he'll say. He's like the old cliche, take each day as it comes, yada yada. Almost write the script now, but they're very, very pleased with all these numbers. So we're talking with him. So we're going to talk to each of the guys, and one different guy each day, so people can get a chance to learn something about some of the riders. Yep.
Now, I remember when whenever the Giro, any Grand Tour starts in a different country, it's amazing how they get behind it. I'll never forget 2014 when the time trial was in Ireland or Northern Ireland in Belfast, and just how much the entire region got behind the Giro. I mean, there was pink cows, there was, pink jerseys up in shop windows everywhere.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Hungary embraced the Giro, Iffy.
Yes, well, we'll find out a lot more tomorrow, of course. But if the presentation yesterday was anything to go by, they're loving it. There was a huge crowd, and they did it very well. But I do remember I was in Ireland too, down at the ship area there, and the team one. Team Green Edge won that and got the first pink jersey with the crazy Canadian got it, Sven Tuft, which was a wonderful ride by the team and for him. But we're driving around in the team car today, and people, everyone pointing and waving to us, like we were sort of some sort of heroes, which was a lot of fun. Fantastic.
But all the shops are dressing themselves up in pink, or are you seeing that sort of thing along the sides?
Yep. Yeah, a lot of that. Yeah, it's probably not quite as much as Ireland, but we'll see tomorrow, I guess. I think by the feel that I've seen, I think will be a huge crowd tomorrow.
All right, well, let's have a look at the stage profile for stage number 1. And as Whitey and Gene said, it's all pointing towards Mathieu van der Poel. And if you look at that, as you said, the final climb there, it's a Cat 4, but at the end of such a long stage, we're talking 195.5 Ks. That's really going to feel the sting in the legs.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I wouldn't mind putting a couple of dollars on Caleb, just to hang in there. But there's no doubt it looks a Mathieu van der Poel, and he said in the team presentation that he wanted to get that first pink jersey. So it's his first Giro. So it would be pretty special, and he is an amazing guy. What he did at the Tour de France was amazing to get the yellow jersey. Just still blows me away what he can do, this guy. But exciting stage. But just around the 130k mark near was it Stredgrom or something like that? That's the name of the town. There it is. Yeah. Where my finger is, can you see it?
No,
that's where I'm handing out the bottles. 130k.
Yeah. We've seen in other Grand Tours, the first couple of stages is so stressful, and there are a lot of crashes, and because you've got a mixture of the guys wanting to go for the stage, the sprinting teams, the GC guys trying to protect their leader. Do you think? Obviously, you hope there isn't carnage, but do you think that sort of trends continue? And also, talk to a lot of riders. Cycling's changed. Gone are the days where the whole peloton will pull over if they need to, go for a relief period. They just race now from the gun.
Yeah. There'll be a breakaway today, but they won't get too much. They'll get 3 or 4 minutes max, because the teams are going to be controlling this, especially Alpes and Phoenix. They won't be letting them go too far. I'll keep it under control, and it'll be a really exciting finale. I'm looking forward to it.
I got a couple of other comments. Karen Jones, with the wine glass. I was obviously when you were sharing stories earlier about some of the riders sharing some local produce. Simon Knowles just sent it Bike Exchange. Gary Tilley says, enjoy the warm weather. Iffy, bloody 4 degrees in Geelong this morning. And Jeff says, thanks for the stream. Good on you, Jeff. It is freezing. I'm obviously doing this from Melbourne, and I've woken up and it is crisp. What's the weather conditions like over there at the moment?
It was about 23, 24 today, so it's sort of it's going to get a bit warmer when we get down to Sicily on Monday. But and tomorrow, well, it's same 23, 24. On Saturday for the time trial, they're predicting a bit of rain, but still 23. So yeah,
and
Ben
Jensen says, "Crikey, it's early. Get used to it, Benny. 7 o'clock." We're going to be part of. We're like a morning breakfast show, but not as polished. Now, obviously, Hungary is on the border of Ukraine as well, and you had a chat with an interesting guy. You said off air.
Yeah, look, it was amazing. We had lunch today. Tommy Faludi, who's a close friend of Jerry Ryan's, who's come over from America to join us for the week, for the first week. And I've known Tommy for a while. He's a lovely guy, and just a fraction older than me, a couple of years older than me, so he's been around a while. But and Vaz, my mate Vaz, his family is from Ukraine, so that came up in conversation, and of course it's so close. And then he said, Tommy said, well, it's one of the reasons why I left Hungary, because as a 10-year-old, his father realised that the Russians had just come into Hungary at that stage, and he realised what was happening. So they decided to get out. So he had to pay all the money he had to a smuggler to smuggle the family out of Hungary to America. And the first part of the trip was he had to get they lived in a small town, an hour or so away. They came to their auntie's house in Budapest, and he woke up. It was very early in the morning. There was a 6 o'clock curfew. You weren't out on the streets before 6 o'clock. The Russians had set that curfew. He heard this sort of rumbling, so he opened the window to see what the noise was, and it was about 5:45. So it was light, and he saw an old guy down at the street below with about 6 panes of glass strapped on his back with hay in between them. He was obviously going to fix windows, this old guy. He's walking along. And then he saw, come around the corner, the source of the noise, and it was all troop carriers with machine gun turrets and everything on the top. And they stopped, saw that, and the guy jumped out of the truck, jumped up into the machine gun turret and mowed down this poor old guy with the guys. Here's 10-year-old Tommy looking down from the window as this guy was machine gunned down, and all the glass was smashed. Of course, all the hay in between suddenly turned red with the poor guy's blood. And Tommy says, I'll never forget it. And then suddenly the guy realised that someone was watching. So he turned the machine gun up and started shooting at young Tommy. Tommy's dad grabbed him out of the way, but bullets were into the building, to his auntie's building. And luckily the smugglers got them out that next day. But his memories of that are still there. And then after, we said, where was he? Well, it's called the Octagon Square. Funny thing, 8 streets come into this square. And so we then put it in, and we drove there, and we drove to that house, and Tommy got out and looked, and that's where it all happened. It was an amazing story. So, and so fitting to what's happening only a few hundred kilometres away on the border into Ukraine. So, yeah, amazing.
Unbelievable. All right. Well, also before we go, SBS announced their commentary lineup for the Giro. Star-studded cast. They've got obviously Macca and Christoph going to be doing their podcast, and Keenan, Simon Gerrans, and Brodie O'Donnell. They've got obviously Gracie Elvin and Kate Bates in there as well, and Mark Renshaw. So fully stacked lineup. And it's great that they're going to be doing the Giro every night on SBS free to air. So make sure you check out all the commentary and content from those guys as well.
And I'll be doing little bits for them as well. So there you go. So it's going to be fun and
Yeah,
games.
they should have superimposed the little iffy in the background, like with the group photo.
Oh well, yeah, maybe
can't
later. We'll see how it goes. If it's really successful, what I do, they might do that later.
We've got to get your audio right for starters. No pressure on Vazzy, but mate, come on. Matthew Vanderpoel is obviously the tip from Whitey and Gene Bates, but you think that Caleb may get their 5K climb, cap 4 at the final. Is there any chance that there could be like a big shake-up? Like, will there be any potential for a gap for the GC teams, or is it's not? It's just not that difficult.
No, it's not that difficult. It's 5K climbing, but it's at a low percentage with a couple of little steps. So Matty doesn't think there'll be any real splits, but it's going to be a wonderful stage. The first stage of the Giro always is exciting, and there's a pink jersey up for grabs, so there'll be a lot of people having a go. But and it's going to be a wonderful tour. You've got Carapaz is the favourite. It was interesting. I was going through a few of the markets here, and just about it's between Simon Yates and J.O. Almeida for second favourite. Most going with Simon. Tom Dumoulin is a big chance. He's not anywhere near the rider he was when he won this Giro, back 4 or 5 years ago. But Roman Bardet is in good form, won Tour of the Alps just a week or so ago. Some of them saying Mikel Landa. I would be surprised, but, he's up there.
Well, the Sheriff's not over this year, I heard from
No, he's doing the tour. So, you'll catch him there.
What about
and
Superman
then, of
Lopez?
course, Superman, Miguel Angel Lopez, Superman. Yeah, well, if he doesn't spit the dummy, he'll definitely win a stage. You would think. And Jai Hindley, Nibley, he's probably past his Giro winning days, but he's
I've got a soft spot for that Kazakh team, the Stana. I've always been a big fan, and particularly the Shark. He's definitely one of my favourites, and I'll never forget. There's such great memories of when he rolled Esteban on that last day and hugged the boss of the Giro. And ever since then, I've just had a soft spot for Nibley. So hope he does really well over these next 3 weeks.
You saying that with such a straight face, Dan? That's very, very well done. Yeah.
Anyway, Jared Davison live comment says, "What's going on? This is early. I normally only get up to watch cycling, not blokes talking about cycling. Well, maybe just watch it on delay then, Jared, about 9:30. Chris Hammersley, Vaz, keep an eye on him. Obviously talking about you, Iffy. So, that pretty much wraps things up. We're going to keep him short and sharp too, half an hour, so that if he can get to bed and charge his batteries for a big day, because there's lots of pressure, mate. Now that you're with the big dogs and you're doing stuff on the side for SBS, don't stuff it up. Just get in there, get your positions, and get some good content. No excuses.
Yep. Yeah, be there, be square. We'll be right.
That's it. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Tell your mates, youtube.com/the Detour Podcast. 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time each stage for the Giro. We're going to be live. And as we said, if he's on the ground for every day of the Giro, and he'll be getting all the insights and goss. And I want food reviews starting
Vazzy, he's listening in the background. I think that might be his foot. You can see just at the bottom of the screen there.
Cool.
Yeah. We'll just disappeared. Vazzy, we'll do the food reviews. So
perfect.
All good.
All right.
Okay.
See you again tomorrow, guys. And it should be a cracking opening stage. Cheers.
This is the winning